Right, so we have our UI with these 4 buttons right here, and really what we want to do is to basically from our front end make a request to our back end so that we get, so remember we have this data right here, so we make a call to our back end, we get back some data, and then we display that nicely in our UI. So for that, let's go ahead and install this package right here called fetch. And what this allows us to do is to basically perform HTTP requests against our backend. So it's really easy and straightforward to use. So let's go back to IntelliJ, and right here, open up the terminal. I'm going to cancel the server, and here I'm going to say npm and then I. So it's always good for us to install the correct version. So 4.2.0. So if you install the same version as I have, then you will not have any issues. So here npm I and then -S and then fetch and then add 4.2.0. So let's double check 4.2.0 and then enter. And by the way, -save, so it's the same thing as this. Enter, and there we go. So now if I open up the package.json in here, you should see that we have fetch installed. Now let's go ahead and create a new file, and this will be named as client.js, and inside we're going to say import, and then I'm going to name this as fetch, and then from, and then and then fetch, just like that, and that with semicolon. And right here, if I go back to the docs, you can see that it's really straightforward. We just have to say fetch and then the actual URL. So basically the actual URL, and then we do a then, and then we basically get the data, so on and so forth. And we even have this method right here. So if I scroll down, so this method right here, which allows us to handle and check the response that comes from the server, right? So if it's okay, we return the response. Otherwise, we basically return a promise.reject, passing the error. Next, let's go ahead and write some code to make an HTTP GET request to our backend.